I lost subscribers to
They
my
got a
YouTube channel.
They got a
How do you know that?
Just don't care. All right. This is part 2. We're doing examples. Your book should all be open to page 160. We're going to start with number 5. Okay, it says graph each conjunction. All right, so we're graphing it. I want to check something. Yeah, okay. It is x is less than -1, TP, x is greater than or equal to 4. TP means conjunction. In conjunction with this, in conjunction with that. All right, so all it said was to graph it. So here's my number line. And we can start with this one. It doesn't matter. You can do either one. Hopefully you're all graphing it, and then you can compare it to mine. This one, it says x is less than -1. So I'm going to put my -1 there. And Valeria, real quickly, do I need an open or closed circle?
Open.
Very good. And it says x is any number less than. So I'm going to go this way. Hey, Valeria, open your book. Checking everyone else too. All right. Now this one is going to be a closed circle because it says greater than or equal to. And it says x is any number greater than.
So it's a no, whatever you call it.
Empty circle.
Empty set.
It is, okay, now, the direction said just to graph. So technically, this is your answer because they don't have anything in common. Do y'all see that?
Yes, ma'am.
But y'all are correct if it said, like the next one, express the answer as an inequality statement or the empty set. If that's the case in the directions, then yes, you're correct. It would look like that, and it would be empty set. Good. See, y'all remember something from yesterday. When they have nothing in common, it's empty set. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
See, I told you y'all would get this. I don't know why I did this. I did 5 and then 3. This is kind of like how y'all operate. All right. So I just did 5. Now I'm going to do 3. Not even in order. Does everyone have this?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hear no, so I'm going to move on. So let's do 3. X is greater than -3 in conjunction with TP. X is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so all, again, directions, just graph it. Y'all graph yours?
It's Roger in our Excel. Then there's also instead of a TP, there's or.
The or, that's going to be disjunction. That's next.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that what the last link is?
I didn't assign any conjunction or disjunction. Yeah, so don't worry about that. But I might have it on there. I just didn't assign it. I'll check after this class, okay?
So what Excels did you assign?
Oh my word, let's get through this. Look on Google Classroom.
I tapped on the thing in Google Classroom and it popped up all 4 links.
So click on the thing. Yeah. And then figure out which one it was.
Just talking about.
Okay, Matt, we can, this sounds like a personal question. So if everyone else understands that after we do this, like during independent practice, I'll show you, okay? I promise I will show you today. Okay, so let's graph this. That tells me, Matt, you haven't even started. Oh my.
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Open or closed circle, boys and girls? Open. It says x is any number greater than -3, so it's going to go this direction. Okay, this one is over here with 1. And is it open or closed? Very good. And it says x is less, any number less than. So, this area right here is what they have in common. Now, they said just to graph it. This is all, you can do this. You can do one of two things. You can get a highlighter and highlight the area that they have in common. You can take something and just kind of do this. Let me know you have it. Or, like I think Morgan likes to do, show me right here. Personally, this would actually be the correct answer. Huh? This one? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. On your paper, this is the actual answer. To graph only what is important right here. Now, like I said, for your homework, if you are showing me some other way, I'll accept that as long as you make it very clear what area is they have in common. If you're sloppy and not neat with this, then I'm marking it wrong. Okay? Your best bet is to go with the answer that I'm boxing right now. Any questions about that? Good? Okay, let's move on. Y'all have this down. All right, let's look at 11. All right, numeral 11. Okay, this one says to solve, express the answer as an inequality statement or the empty set. So let's get started. I'm going, because that second method of solving these things didn't always work. The first one does. That's how I'm going to solve it. So I'm going to go ahead and this one just has and. They've already separated for you, so that's not bad. I guess there is no other way, right? So you're going to solve for x with both of these. Y'all know how to do that. Let's see, who's my victim? Sophia. How would I solve this first one? Talk me through it. Okay, write it down. Okay, you want to move this over here? Okay. And we're subtracting it, right?
Yes.
Very good. And I get -4 is less than or equal to 2x. All right, now what do I do?
Divide both sides by 2.
Very good. And what do you end up getting?
-2 is less than or equal to x.
Very good. So we've got our first one. Valeria. You want to talk me through this one?
Starting off with a root.
Oh, come on. No, okay, I'm sorry. Valeria, can you please talk me through this one? We're solving for x.
No, subtract 12.
Yeah. See, you were going to give away an easy one. So then what do you get, Valeria?
X is less than. Oh, 6.
Very good. Okay, so I'll let y'all catch up, those of you that are still working. Now, nowhere in the directions does it say to graph. All it says is solve. But if you remember yesterday, I said that if you graph these things, it gives you a visual. You really can't go wrong that way. Okay? Some of you probably can look at this and figure it out. We're going to graph it. And when I'm walking around, if I start seeing people trying to solve these without graphing and you're making mistakes and getting them wrong, I'm probably going to insist. All right, so I'm going to do this one first. That's -2.
Why would you graph it if it tells you not
No, I didn't tell you not to. It's just you don't have to.
Yeah.
This gives you a visual so you'll know how to write the actual answer. Okay, so and plus we all need to practice. Solid or open?
Solid.
Very good. And x is greater than, so it's any number greater than, so it's going to go that way. All right, so this one is x is less than 6. Is that open or closed?
Open.
Good. And x is less than. All right, so your area is right here. And they didn't ask for the graph, but that tells you right there how it's supposed to look. Your x is going to fall in between. So I'm going to write my x. X is less than without being equal to 6, but it's also greater than or equal to -2. So again, if you were able to just look at these two and put them together, you're good to go. This would be the answer right here. Any questions?
No, ma'am. But I thought it said inequality statement.
That's it.
Empty set.
It's not an empty set. If-
Oh, that's the inequality statement.
That's the inequality statement right there. That's a good question,
I'm
Franz.
still picking it.
And you're paying attention. I'm very proud of you. Okay. Oops, sorry. So this is the inequality statement that they're asking for. This is what they're talking about. If it was like that one that we did near the beginning, right here, that would be the empty set. Okay. Y'all have any questions? All right, let's move on. 17. (4x minus 2 minus 5x is greater than 10. It's in conjunction with 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to 12.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, go ahead. You already solve it?
I want to.
Oh, good, Matthew. Okay, so guys, listen. I want you to copy everything down, but some of you, if you want to go ahead and work ahead on this one to see if you get the right answer, then good. If you don't, then just go back and recopy. Go ahead, Matthew. It's all yours.
So first you want to split it up.
Well, no, they've already split it up with that for us.
Oh, okay.
So we're just solving for x on this side.
Add 2 to the 2.
Okay, so you want to add 2 over here. We can definitely do that. So we're going to move the 2 over here. Some of you may solve it differently. It's okay. So I'm left with 4x minus 5x is greater than what, Matthew?
12.
12. You know what's funny? Last year, because I keep all my notes from year to year, that's why the bottom's so big. My student last year solved it the exact same way he's doing it. So that's why I'm saying everyone solves it differently. The year before, I was looking at my notes. Another kid combined like terms first. Okay, you see what I'm saying, Matthew?
I'm looking by my terms now.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. Last year, a student solved it exactly how you do it. The year before, someone did it differently. So that's, there's sometimes no one right way. All right, go ahead, Matt.
And then you get -1x.
All right, so we're combining like terms, and you can, yes, -1x is greater than 12. All right, now what?
You
Can-
divide by -1.
Very good. We're going to divide both sides by -1. Tell me what we get.
-12.
Tell me the whole thing.
Oh. X is less than -12.
So tell me, Matthew, why did you change it from greater than to less than?
Because you're dividing by a negative.
Very good. Because you're dividing by a negative, you flip that sign. Perfect, Matt. Okay. Who wants to do this one? All right, Franz.
Wait, but let me just get my ruler out.
Okay, well, I'm going to let Miranda do that one. You can do the next one, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Miranda. All right, so we're going to add 6 on both sides. And you get 3x is less than or equal to what?
18.
Now what do I do?
Divide by the 3.
Very good. And what do you get?
You get 6x is less than 6.
Less than and equal to 6. Very good. Okay, so here's the part where sometimes people can mess up on this. If you chose not to graph it, hopefully your answer is correct, your inequality, but I'm going to graph it first so we can see. So this one says x is less than -12, so I'm going to do -12 here. It's open circle. It's going this way. This one, it's less than +6, and it's also equal to. That's a terrible line. Okay.
Empty circle.
Oh no. Does it have any area that they share?
Oh yeah. TT.
Right here, all this area. That area right there is where they share. So the answer is
Equality.
x is any number less than -12.
How would you write it if you didn't wear a circle? How she did that one that you showed us earlier that you wouldn't stop boxing put up on the graph?
Oh, if they had you to graph this one, then see if I have room. If they wanted you to graph the answer, I would do -12 here, and then I would do just one open circle and then an arrow going this way. So if they asked you to graph this answer, and that's a good question, that's what it would look like.
And why would you include the 6 for the answer?
Because there's nothing right here that they have in common. It only, in the answer, it's only going to be what they have in common. And from the -12 on is what they have in common. Actually, it's not including -12. That's why we have this. See how the arrows here and here? You don't see both arrows right here.
If it was out of the answer would be 6.
Exactly. All right, another question. Sophia.
Would it be wrong if you wrote like x in the middle and then put the x is less than equal to -6?
Yes, it would be. Because if you did that, then you're saying x is less than 6, and that would include this area too. So that's why I tell everyone it's good to graph them first, because then you have a visual. What if you just take these two and throw them together with an x in the middle, you may not be correct, as in this case right here. Any questions? Does everyone have what?
You would graph and only write what they have.
Now, this is your actual answer because they didn't tell you you had to graph. Miranda asked if they did tell you you had to graph, what would it look like as your answer? And it would be this right here.
Right, but why didn't you include the 6 in?
Because it are both lines.
Not in the graphing, but in the answer.
Oh, well, here, we could put the 6 on there.
No. In the number.
This?
Yeah.
Because there's no place anywhere around the 6
Right.
that they have in common.
So you would just write that
This.
answer according to what they have in common.
Yes, because all that you write for the inequality or the numerical answer is what they have in common. Like, for example, up here, it included both numbers because it was all the area between those two numbers. So in this case, you would include both numbers. But in this case, it only dealt with the negative 12. So the 6 we just kind of threw out. Y'all see that? Valeria, do you have all this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does everyone have this? Okay. Let's look at 19. It says x does not equal negative 3 in conjunction with x equals negative 3. Now, before anyone says anything, first of all, we don't have to solve for x. It's already been done. So if you're not certain what that is saying, go ahead and graph it. That's saying x does not include negative 3. So the arrows are going to go both directions. This is saying x is negative 3. So that's all you do for that one.
Quality.
So is there any place that they both share?
3. Negative 3. Oh, wait.
This
it
doesn't,
It doesn't. Never mind.
this does not include, this one does not include negative 3.
So it's an empty set.
That's right, it's an empty set. It's nothing. There's no way to even like graph that as an answer. You don't see it?
I see it, but why is it's not equal to negative 3 and it's equal to negative 3?
Well, so if you look, the only place, the only area, because this one doesn't even have arrows go anywhere. So the only place that we're looking at is that negative 3. And because this first one does not include it, then they can't even share negative 3. So this, neither one of those share anything.
So a not equal to means the arrows go both ways.
Uh-huh.
So if the bottom one is like solid, they will share it.
Okay, so New said, see, here's the scenario. New said, what if it was what, x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 3, then it's just negative 3. Well, I think you get it, though. Okay, because I can't even think of a scenario. You are taking this to Morgan's favorite place, outer space. All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then I'm setting you free. All right, 21. 21 again, solve. I stress, do those graphs, they help. I'm not forcing you to, unless I walk around and y'all are missing them, then I'll say, yeah, you need to do the graph. It's not going to kill you. I'm a visual learner. Some people are. Now notice they don't have the TP. It's just
Can you
and.
put the TP instead of and?
If you would like to put the TP, you may. Okay. So Franz, you said you wanted to solve one of these, right?
Yes.
All right. Would you like to solve the first one?
Yes, please.
All right. When you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Subtract negative 6 to both sides.
Subtract 6 on both sides. Very good.
And then you get 20 on one side, and then so 4x is less than or equal to 20.
Very good.
And then you divide 4 to both sides, and it will be x is less than or equal to 5.
Good. Okay, now you can copy it. Very good. So we solved the first one. Morgan, how do I solve this one? You're thinking too much into it.
No, I read the wrong thing.
Oh, okay.
So
Divide 3.
Are you Morgan? I didn't think so.
he has the same initials.
Yeah, but you're not wearing camo. All right, go ahead, Morgan.
Divide both sides by 3. This is the opposite.
Exactly. So you get x is not equal to
4.
4. All right, so let's graph it, unless you've already come up with an answer. So this one, it's, oh yeah, this is a great one. Ooh, this is good. This is like a totally different answer too than what you're used to. Oh yeah. See, I didn't even show y'all this in notes. I can't wait to see what y'all got. Okay, so it's a solid circle because it's less than and equal to.
Don't say the answer. What?
I'm not. I'm going to just graph it. That's it. And then I'll let y'all figure it out. And then, so the arrow go that way. This one says x is not equal to 4. So then it's a,
There's one part that they don't share in common.
oh, Miranda just said there's one part that they don't share, but there's weird spots where they do.
That ain't right. That's mean.
Okay, so let's talk about the areas that they have in common. There's 2 separate areas, but there's a break in the middle of it. Valeria, you have a question? Okay, so notice right here, there's a break in this whole system. So this area right here cannot be included because they both don't share it. But they do share right here, and they do share right here. They just don't share right there in the middle. You want me, new?
I can guess.
Okay, go ahead.
4 is not equal to x, but x is less than 5.
Perfect. I'm going to write it a little bit different. X is, instead of 4 is not equal to x, I'm going to say x is not equal to 4. But, and yes, the word but needs to be in there, x is less than or equal to 5. There's your answer. The word but is there for that break. That is representing this, that little wall, that little area that they don't include. So x is less than or equal to 5, but does not equal 4.
Here's one thing. Why does it include both? It's basically like a combination of those 2 answers up there.
No, it's not.
It's,
I mean, it's a combination, but you have to say this. You can even say it the other way. X is less than or equal to 5. So what they're saying is x is less than or equal to 5. So all this area, but x does not equal 4. That may make a little more sense. Either one, same answer.
If the open is solid, it's normal.
Do what?
If the not open circle is solid.
If it was solid right here, then it would include everything. Any questions? Y'all got it? All right, last one. I'm setting you free. It's going to be 23. This one is one of those that we did right at the end of yesterday. -2 is less than x plus 4 is less than 7. I'm going to do the method where we split them apart because that you can't go wrong with that. It works every time. So those of you that had trouble with this, I want you to look. I'm going to first write the equation with one inequality, and I'm taking off the other inequality with that part. And then I'm going to rewrite it, but without this inequality. So I'm splitting it up into two different inequalities. So over here, I'm going to have negative 2 is less than x plus 4. And then over here, I'm going to have x plus 4 is less than 7. Keith, solve this one for me. Yeah, on both sides. And what do you get, Keith? Very good. And Valeria, do this one over here.
Subtract 4 both sides.
What do you get?
X less than 3.
Perfect. All right, so you might be able to go ahead and write the inequality, but just in case, I'm going to graph it. X is any number less than 3. This one, x is less than, or no, greater than negative 6. And it's an open one, so it's going this way. So now we see this is the area they have in common. No, you're not. So Miranda, if they asked us to graph it as an answer, it would look like this. This would be your graph answer if they asked you to. But they didn't, so we're going to put the x's here in the middle. It is less than 3, and it's greater than negative 6. Be careful with the equal to and not equal to and stuff like that. Miranda.
They did ask you to. Would you still put that the letters right at the bottom?
It depends. If they say solve and graph, then you would have to do both.
How do you know which way to put the less than?
Well, you just look. You put, if the center part is they have in common,
The circle is X, right?
they're here.
No, no.
This whole thing is x, because x can be any number between 3 and negative 6. Not including 3 and negative 6, because it's not equal to.
Oh, no, see.
Good. Yes, Valeria.
Is every time that they're together, the signs are always pointing the same direction?
Not necessarily. For what y'all doing right now, yes, I don't see it ever being an issue. Now, disjunctions, there's different story. And we may not even get to that for this 6 weeks. We may be on next one. So I'm gonna go ahead and set y'all free before it gets any later. 160, 162. You're doing numbers.
Thanks.
Two through 24, even. Ooh. I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna do that.
2
And-
through 1?
Look, dear, right here.
Oh, 2 through 2 and 4.
And then
Oh,
yeah,
that's 12. That's 12.
let's see here.
So you should erase the 162.
6 through 28, even.
What kind of fish is this again?
Do Friday, IXL, do Monday, quiz tomorrow.
So you got
The quiz is going to cover everything in the chapter, but 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, everything we've done. It is not including conjunctions. Okay?
Just inequalities.
Okay?